Shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, before we begin with this in transit, we want to start by giving all praises, honor, and glory to our power, Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahushai, Ba'Hashem, Kakodash. Yahweh is the name of the Heavenly Father, who the world ignorantly calls God. Yahushai is the name of His only begotten Son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus. Can I make it sure I got it? Double honors to the apostles, the elders, Agri and Millstone, who rule well and teach well, and are the true leaders of Israel today, which Israel consists of the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and you scattered abroad the Israelites that may look like the other nations, but believe on the names of Yahweh and Yahushai. And you can read that in the precepts. There's a scripture that says the name of the Lord is dreadful among the heathen. So, hey, if you look like the other nations, but you believe on this truth, you believe on the names of Yahweh and Yahushai, you believe on the doctrine, hey, consider yourself an Israelite, man, because at the end of the day, we can't track our line. All right, but nonetheless, coming into the time of Jacob's trouble, we're seeing everything, happening with World War III, and we understand that before World War III comes into full effect, we're going to enter into a time known as Jacob's trouble, according to the scriptures. And it's going to be a time like never before. It's going to be like a time never before. Am I gonna make it? Yeah. Okay. All right. And these women, they're already seeing that. Also, can you get the precept back? They shall die in war. Something slightly paraphrasing.
Husband shall die.
Yep. The husband shall. There you go. Because what you're seeing now is what Esau, Edom, putting pressure from above and below. So he's bringing a squeeze. And for the most part, us men, we are the hard workers. We may not be the breadwinners because we know Eve on this side, really has those job opportunities. But the thing is you can't beat hard labor. At the end of the day, once these little office jobs get squished out by AI, who's going to be left out there, still, working? Jake, the men. And even furthermore than that, the scriptures say a man shall be, that's a good precept too. A man shall be a
hiding place.
Yep, there you go. Kamabakusha, because, hey, at the end of the day, you women, you're going to need a man. And let's get this before we really get into the lesson, because we're going to kick it off with this precept right here.
It's the book of Isaiah 13 and 12. I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man with a golden wedge of Ophir.
Yep, so, hey, and that gold that's in Ophir is one of the most purest gold, in the world. And it says that he will make a man more precious than that gold. And what that means is, hey, you brothers, man, that are out there in the highways and the hedges, and that are doing this work, you brothers, these women, they're going to be looking for you. You're the true high-value men. You got men out here in the world that make over 100,000 a year, 300,000 a year, have a nice home, have a good career, and whatnot. But when shit's the fan, and Esau Edom really brings in this new world order, the scriptures say, from the least to the greatest, man, are going to, have that, going to have to face that karagim. If you need to chime in, brother, just throw it on. But you see, at the end of the day, you brothers, you're gonna have that covering cast over you, man. You're gonna be, you're gonna be fed. You're gonna have water. You're gonna have all your necessities. While Jake out there in the world, that has that, that high career status on this side, is gonna have nothing. And furthermore, they're gonna die in these wars. They're gonna, they're gonna perish. You wanna get that?
God, this is the book of. Of 2 Ezra chapter 16 verse 34, in the war shall their bridegrooms be destroyed and their husbands shall perish of famine.
And you see, so at the end of the day, man, these people that are out here in the world, they're going to be sent out there to war. They're going to be perishing in these wars. Because war is not necessarily, going to just be happening out in the Middle East. You're going to have a civil war here in the U.S. And you're going to have people perishing on this side. So what's that going to leave? Women. And you women, you're going to need to, really stick to a man of Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai, not a man that's just, stable on this side financially. That's not going to get you nowhere coming into these times. And that's why, you brothers that are doing this work, hey, you are truly the high value man, and it's going to, really show itself coming into this time. The scriptures say, and that day shall it be known who are my chosen. Why? Because brothers are going to have a different spirit to them.
Certain aura.
Certain
brothers are gonna have certain orders to them. Why everybody's bugged out, men of the Lord are gonna be, they're gonna be calm, and people are gonna be like, man, why is you so calm when everything's getting destroyed, man? Because we know this is prophesied, man. Hey, we're gonna be happy about it, man. happy, but we're gonna have a calm spirit. You know,
Yep.
the Lord's gonna put that spirit on us.
That spirit of confidence, man.
Yep.
Because the scriptures say, confidence, cast therefore not away your confidence, which has a great recompense or reward. So brothers are going to be walking in Jacob's trouble chilling. You're going to have a different type of, a different cadence to you. You're going to be walking different. You're going to be chilling. You're going to, people are going to be dying left and right. For some reason, you out there smiling and shit. You want to get that in the book of Psalms 91?
Psalms 91.
Yep. So, you women, right now you may not like Isaiah 4:1, but you're going to love it when shit hits the fan. And you find a brother out there, that's, getting fed, being protected while people are, dropping like flies out there. You want to bring that out?
Psalms 91, chapter 1 through 2. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty.
You see, we're going to be covered in this time of Jacob's trouble. It's kind of like, how do you say, like the movie, is it I Am Legend? When he's getting shot at, and that dude, like that evil dude, his little friend looks at him, and he's all like, man, it's like something's protecting him. And he's like, man, he scoffs at it. He's like, nah, fuck that. You guys are just like, you guys ain't doing your shit. But really, he has that, that covering over him. It's going to be like brothers, man. For some reason, brothers are going to be, fed, eating, chilling.
Oh, the book of Eli.
The book of Eli. So like, it's the book of Eli in the water, bro.
Hey, whole time, Jake was blind, man.
Yeah, and on top of that, Jake was blind,
he was
bro.
walking with faith, man.
Walking with faith.
Ultimately, brothers are going to have to walk with that faith, because if you don't have faith, it says, they that have the faith until the end, shall get the crown of life, roughly paraphrasing.
Also, all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. So, and truly, you have Christians that claim they have faith, but they don't truly have faith, man. When shit's the fan, they're going to realize that they never really had faith, bro. They're not out there really repenting. They're not out there in the highways and the hedges, making a sacrifice for, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, the true names of Yahweh, the true names of the Lord.
Hey, there's only one name under heaven, which shall we may be saved,
You want to get that? Acts 4:12? That's a good precept right there, because at the end of the day, you people, you're going to be seeing people calling upon Jesus Christ, and they're going to be getting their heads fucking blown off. They're going to be fucking getting sent to the concentration camps, and they're going to take that charagma with ease. And they're going to be calling on who? Cesare Borgia, man, Jesus Christ. And then you're going to have brothers with spiritual powers calling upon Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, man. Being fed like, Elijah was, with ravens. Being, just having these different type of, miracles happening to them, man. Like Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego when they were cast into that burning bull. Burning bull. And who was in the midst of them? Yahushai.
The angel of the Lord.
Yep, that was Yahushai, and then, protecting them. So it goes to show you, man, that anything Esau Edom's gonna put us through, you brothers, you sincere Akim, you're gonna make it through, man. And when you make it through, who's gonna, attach themselves to you? These women. Easily, bro. Because why are women right now with, quote unquote, high value men? Because they feel stable with them. They're comfortable with them. But, when these comforts get taken away, who's gonna have that comfort? Us brothers. The scriptures are known. The Bakakudash, the Holy Spirit, is known as a comforter. But why is it considered the comforter? Because you understand the scriptures, wisdom. So you're gonna be able to walk through Jacob's trouble with these precepts running through your mind. These different precepts of, the men of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai being delivered. You're gonna have all these different, miracles that are gonna, run through your mind that is gonna keep you, stable in that time. Isaiah 33:6. For wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of that times. You want to get the precept out?
Acts 4:12. Neither is there salvation in any other, for there is none other name under heaven given among men whereby we must be saved. And then that links up with Proverbs chapter 18, verse 10. The name of the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, is a strong tower. The righteous runneth into it and is safe.
And it's safe. You see, hey man, the righteous runneth into it and are safe. You're not gonna have a righteous man, quote unquote righteous man out there that's calling upon Jesus. He's not righteous. Why do people follow Cesare Borgia? Why do people follow Christianity? Because they have that do as thou will spirit, man. They commit all types of sin and go to church on Sunday and think they're good.
Think that they're washed away.
Yeah. They don't even know what it means to truly wash their sins, and on top of that, they don't even know what sin is.
Sin is transgression of the law.
Yep. So
I got this, Isaiah 32:2. And a man shall be in hiding, as in hiding place from the wind, and a covert from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land.
Get into that.
Hey, the to a man of the Lord, a man of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, the elect man, man. You know, he's going to be a hiding place from the wind, a covert from the tempest, you know, from all this destruction going on around, man. It's going to be like they have a force field around them, you know, protecting them, man. You know, they're going to, you know, have like some sort of vision, man, you know, but hey, the tanks and troops are going to walk past the brother, but he's going to have spiritual powers. He's going to make an illusion to have the soldiers walk past him and not see him, man.
Yep. You know, they
like
have
camouflage, like invisibility.
Because you know, these Edomites, they have that Salaki, that infrared. You know,
they have that technology, high level technology
there you
on
go,
the left hand side,
where they can see, you know, people through walls and shit. They can see
the AI shit now. You know,
yep,
they can use radio frequencies to see. So you know, they don't even need camera lens anymore.
Exactly.
They can use the air, bro.
And to prove that, when you go into 6G, which is going to be tied into the Karagma, which they already came out and said that 6G is going to be, you know, the Internet of Bodies, and it's going to be able to use technology that's under the skin. But not only is it going to be used for the Karagma, with the 6G, they're able to see through walls. They're able to see, you know, through fucking, you know, hey, if you think you're hiding somewhere, you know, maybe in a basement that has, you know, a whole ass fucking bricks above you, guess what? Esau Edom is still going to be able to see you, man. But as the brother was saying, brothers are going to have spiritual powers to the point where you're not going to be detected by these different devices that Esau Edom has. So what's going to happen is you're going to be able to protect everybody around you. So what are these women going to do?
They're going to cleave unto
They're going to cleave unto you. Like, easily, bro, easily.
On Isaiah chapter 4, verse 1, and in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel, only let us be called by that name, to take away our reproach.
To take away our reproach. And you see these women are just going to come up to you and be like, hey, you know,
I'm yours, you know.
Yep. And what does it mean for a woman to take your name?
You're gonna have to lay with her.
Yeah, you have to lay down with her.
Hey, you're gonna become one flesh, you know. Because that's marriage. Marriage is, you know, marriage is
it's
sex,
synonymous
right?
with sex in the scriptures. When you get married, you go in unto a woman. There's no such thing as a fucking big ass event. Like, you already, you know, people think, you know, just because you had a big event that claims as you being married. It's as soon as you lay down with an Eve, man. That's what considers you got married.
Not no certificate.
Yeah, not no fucking certificate, man. That is your certificate, you know, because, you know, really, you make a contract in blood when you go into it. There's supposed to be virgins, and when you're going into her, what happens? You know, to be explicit, you know, you pop her check.
Hymen.
Yeah, hymen. There you go. So you make you spiritually sign that contract.
Yeah. This is the book of 1 Timothy chapter 2 verse 14. Notwithstanding, she shall be saved in childbearing. And who's she? You know, hey, the elect lady, man. The woman that, you know, come to the elect men and are shamefaced and obey, man. Not these nigga women, not these fucking young hoes and bad bitches. We don't need that shit. Oh my gosh, bro. We don't want no bad bitches.
They're calling themselves young hoes.
Young hoes now, man. Yup. Hey, but call out about Shemi Ashar, because we know we're gonna get righteous women, man. Yeah, women that are shamefaced, that are, you know, are ashamed for the way that they used to live, man, in America, which is Babylon the Great.
Yep. A righteous woman is given to a portion of a righteous man. And a wicked woman is given to a portion of a wicked man. You want to get that precept, and she, after this one, you can get also.
She's my enemy.
Yeah, there you go. Just to, you know, give it a little balance for you. You know, you Eves are doing good. You know, you Eves that are humble. You Eves that, you know, that know the truth. You know, doing the best you can, because at the end of the day, you are the weaker vessel. So, you know. But then again, you don't have too much on your plate. You don't got to go out to the highways and the hedges. You don't got to step into the fields. All you got to do is fight Satan with that pride. Yeah. That's really it. Because Satan's always gonna keep, you know, trying to instill pride in you to be, you know, going against your man and whatnot. So that's your fight. But you gotta.
1 Timothy 2:15. Notwithstanding, she shall be saved in childbearing if they continue in faith and charity. Like what the brother was saying, continue what you got to be doing, and holiness with sobriety.
There you go. You know? So your battle is keeping your man, you know, happy, and fighting that pride that these women have. What are you doing, girl? You doing all this for him?
Do what you want to do, girl.
Yeah, do what you want to do, girl. Let's go to the club. You're doing all this for him. You're staying inside while he, you know, while he does this and does that. Hell no, girl. It's supposed. No, they say it's supposed to be even. If he can do that, you can do that too. No, yeah, you see, no, man, no, it's not.
Hey, we don't need a "as you should" girl. We need a "what do you want me to do" type of girl. You know, how do you want me to act? You know, a woman that actually asks and, you know, is trying to do better, man. You know, trying to act righteous, man. You know, not like a hoe.
Yep.
Micah 7:10. Then she that is mine enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her, which said unto me, where is the Lord Yahweh thy power, mine eyes shall behold her. Now shall she be trodden down as the mire of the streets.
And that's these damn fucking sexy red ass bitches.
Nah,
You guys
yeah,
know
and it's these women that did the brothers in the truth wrong, man. You know, there's a precept that says, "Ye shall put her to shame," and you know, put her to shame in front, you know, in the open. Roughly paraphrasing, man. You know, hey, the Lord's gonna allow us to, choose and throw which women we want to keep through Jacob's trouble, man.
Yeah, brothers. So like, if you get a woman in your life and things
she does you wrong,
yeah, she does you wrong, and she fucking commits adultery against you and whatnot, and you guys fall out. Guess what, bro? The Most High didn't do that necessarily. He made you better. He made you stronger, but that was also that female's judgment.
Yup. Hey, that's the spirit, though. It is, man. You gotta be strong, man. You know, hey, brothers gotta be spiritually and emotionally, mentally strong, man.
And
he has a stoic.
You gotta be stoic, man. And to be honest, this is why we're kind of going into this lesson, because guess what, brothers? Isaiah 4:1 is down the street. But hey, again, this only applies, man, if you're sincere in this thing, bro, doing the work, trying to, grow in this thing, truly repenting, being sincere. This really only applies to, brothers that are on that spirit, and that's why we're constantly trying to get better and get better and get better to the best of our ability, man, So, yeah, man, hey, at the end of the day, Isaiah 4:1 is down the street. We're seeing World War III pop off. We still need the Quran to get mandated, and that's down the street. And furthermore, before all that, we're gonna enter into a time known as Jacob's trouble. Right now, you're having a lot of these sleeper cells attacks, and it's just gonna increase to the point where martial law is gonna be declared. And I mean, just speaking as a man, of course, I don't know exactly how it's gonna happen, but we know that shit's gonna hit the fan in the streets. And guess what, you women, you're gonna be looking for a man that Yahweh Bashim Yahweh shine that day. So your brothers, don't worry, man. Don't worry. This is happening all in line.
It's part of our lives.
Isaiah 4:1 is down the street, man. And fuck it, man. Even if you do gotta face a guillotine and perish on the side, it's all good, bro. At the end of the day, these women are all fucking wasted anyway. You know what I mean? These females are all fucking done for anyway, bro.
Oh, fucking
young hoes, and what do you they call them? So bad bitches and young hoes, man. That shit dead, bro. Fuck this. At the end of the day, we're getting ready to come into the kingdom where a little one shall become 1,000, which entails brothers having so many wives. You're not even gonna be able to fucking
a lot of rocking and rolling in the kingdom. Like the Apostle Tahar said, man.
Calm, bro, calm. That's what's gonna be.
We're gonna have to
bring all these damn Jakes back.
Build back the nation of Israel, man.
Yeah, come,
all these
bro.
wicked little Jakes. They're gonna be reborn through the nuts of the elect.
Hey, come, bro. They're gonna be swimming through the nets of the elect, bro. And it's gonna be, the scriptures say there'll be many more of them which perish than of them which shall be saved. So that only entails
like a wave to a drop.
Like as a wave is to a drop, man. A drop is gonna have to bring that whole wave back. And then on top of that, we're going to be immortals, as me and the brother were going into, last night. So in order for you to be immortal, what's going to happen, man? You're going to constantly populating and populating.
Hey, a new baby every day.
New baby every day, man. You're going to be fucking, being, spiritual powers, having a new spot for the eve, every fucking day, man. New view. You know what I mean? Brother's going to be, in the best position ever, man. So this is worth, fighting for. This is worth enduring for, and we're almost out of here. You got any closing words, Doc?
Nah, that's it.
Hey, so we're gonna close out from there. I don't want to run this. In transit was edifying to brothers and and sisters as well, man. It's kind of hard for you guys to hear that right now, only because you've been fucking subdued with Esau, Edom's fucking Babylonian juice. The serpent in the garden, same thing. Gave you that guy. Gave you that fucking that false, way of life. Same thing that Esau did in the garden.
Polygamy is our heritage.
There you go. And it's hard to hear Eve, but then again,
you're gonna have to get down with the get down. Or
you're just gonna fucking see a nuke.
Missile food.
Yeah, you're gonna see a missile. So hey, with that, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory to our power. Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem Kakudash, Shalom, Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai Pakistan, which means Lord bless y'all, man. Hey, shalom.